What's up, everyone? Welcome to the show. So let me turn this thing on. What's up, Jamesy? How you doing? What's up, Amy? What's up, Tracy? Yeah, so tonight will be interesting. So I will break down a little bit the difference between using Ghostbox and using some apps, and I'll show how apps actually work. Um, what's up, Sally? How you guys doing? So yeah, it'll be pretty interesting. I was getting a lot of questions about it last night, so we had a little discussion. So I figured, you know what, I'll do a little breakdown later or tonight. So um, right now I just basically have some apps running, but I'll get to that in a minute, and then I'll actually show you how banks actually work also. So I pulled out a few banks out of a couple of programs that are pretty much. I see a lot of people using this app. It's called the Miracle Box. So I'll show how that is pulled out. Um, yeah, I'm still working on stuff. I've just been super crazy busy building ghost boxes too. So um, I've got 4 different ghost boxes ready to be built. So I have this little one, which is really cool. It's very portable. Sounds amazing. It's freaking loud. I got this ghost box, which I've been using quite a bit. It sounds pretty good. I might be giving this ghost box away. I got a little bit bigger ghost box that I get to build like 6 of these. And then I have one like this. Well, actually, I have like 4 of these I have to build. A lot of box building coming up. Yeah, I'll be selling them all the different flavors. The bigger one's gonna have probably the most features. I don't care if that wire is hanging. That's just my antenna wire. It's all right. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming. Um, then actually, I'm working on somebody's building an app for me. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming up. A lot of stuff. But I will. So right now, I'll show you guys the difference. I'll be running some apps right now. And then I'll kind of explain how they work. Then I can explain how a ghost box works. So, anyway, yeah, let me. I don't even know if this one's charged up. I think I pulled the cable. So let me just start up a ghost box real quick. Because this thing scans through the radio stations quick. Oh, shoot.
There. Radio mode.
$1,000.
Let me turn this thing down. Just bear with me for a second. So I'm going to play this. This is a ghost box. This one. So see, just scans through radio stations. Watch watch when I speed it up. That's at full speed. That's about the speed I normally. That's about the speed I normally run my ghost boxes at. A lot of people run them about there. I run them a little bit faster. Although that's a good speed though. Anyway, so that's how Ghost Box works. Now I'm just gonna run some apps. I'm gonna run Necrophonics, Spirit Talker. Yeah, I'll run those two together. Who just said I like it? Somebody just called out for David. Who's calling out for David? And then in a minute, I'll show you guys how apps work.
Get up.
What am I doing? Yeah, if you guys have any questions, just throw them up in the comments. If you guys want me to throw out any questions so I can ask, see if we get any answers, throw those out there also. I'm just going to switch to my other TikTok account so I can just start tapping. Start tapping that screen. Let's try to get to 20,000 likes.
Are you frightened?
No, I'm not frightened. You know nothing scares me.
Put the gun.
So yeah, so if you guys want to know, this black mirror behind me is a scrying mirror. I have another mirror facing it, so I have two mirrors facing each other. You can kind of see it. Just wait till I throw my laser in there. Once I get a laser, I'm going to point it towards. It'll reflect in both mirrors. Heading to the French Quarter. Damn, I'm jealous. Yep, I'm gonna throw a laser grid. Actually, it's just gonna be. It has different shapes, so I'm gonna throw a shape in there. It'll be cool. So, does anybody have any messages for anybody? Oh, that's cool.
In light, there is darkness.
In light, there's darkness. Who turned up the volume on Marlo's TV?
Just say your.
Who said me?
Right?
Excellent.
Excellent. Who is this? This is Rob. Who's this?
Was magnificent.
Is anybody
See.
there with Mookie Myers? All right, I'm gonna. I'll wait for a little bit.
Enid,
Who's the little kid that's trying to come through?
The hive.
What's up, Colleen?
She's pointing. Play a competitive.
Somebody asked for David earlier when we first came on.
Fees. Babs raised.
So much.
For a finish. Right. And
Drizzle.
yeah.
All right.
1960s.
Yeah, whenever you guys are ready, I mean, I could show you guys how the apps work. I have a bank I could share. Like I said, I ripped a bank. Just so you guys can hear it.
You aware?
Obvious.
Obvious. What's obvious?
Go ahead.
Yeah, if you guys can go onto my YouTube channel, The Pair Awakening, and subscribe, that'd be awesome.
Nora,
Covenant. Sorry.
Just some.
Jesus.
I know, they're always saying my name. It's funny.
Dean's. 2024. Table six. You know, you.
I listen to
mystical.
Mystical. That I would deal with demon fear? What are you talking about? I don't fear anything. That's the crazy part.
They
Damn it.
To life.
I mean, I had an experience with that, so yeah, right.
Mr.
But
Yearwood.
see, and that's the thing is that's what I believe in is we can conjure up, we can bring harm upon others more than
Sir,
some mythical being doing something to harm us.
Look,
I'm just tapping. Oh, that's cool, Alex.
my home.
You're home.
side. Yeah.
All right, let me do this. I'm gonna show you guys how apps work.
You want me?
It's can be.
Police.
I'll even fire up the app where I ripped this thing from.
Yo.
What's up, Jackie?
Constantly.
I can see you all.
That is.
Uh,
You already know.
I can see you all. What? Wait. That was it.
I see the wins.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Lori? Okay, let me
People
fire
can't hear
something
me.
up. People can't hear you.
Known for you. Go to them.
All right, let me do this. I'm gonna stop this real quick. And I'll show you guys how an app works. Do I still have it loaded up here? Oh well, I'm just gonna fire up the bank. Well, let me see. Search. Let me fire it up. Don't tell me now it's not going to load. All right. Have fun, Alex. It's all right. I mean, I could just play the bank. I don't care. I'll try this other one. Um, oh, come on. Well, there goes that. Um, what's up, Amber? All right, let me. I'm trying to start this thing, but it doesn't want to. I think there's just something. I got to run an update or something. I got to reboot. I'm not going to do that. I'll just show you guys how the apps, how the banks work in an app. What are you talking about? It's not too bad. It's just it's just shows how app works. It's really simple. Very, very simple. So let me, I already have this thing open somewhere. Too many screens. Too many windows. All right, I already have it fired up here. It was hiding behind this other. Let me move this, and then I'll move it in front of this one. All right, let me turn this off. Turn this on. All right, I'm going to play. Do I think so? No. Because honestly, there's only maybe, when we're doing ITC sessions, there's only maybe we only hear probably, there's only about 5% of it, if that, is anything paranormal. Sorry, my phone is like right underneath my mic and it's repeating what I'm saying. It's an echo. All right, so I'm gonna play. Yeah, that was me. It was my phone underneath, because I have my phone right here and I'm tapping on my phone. So, and it's sitting literally about a foot away from my mic. All right, so I'm going to play the bank how it is when it comes through the app. I'm just giving a demonstration on how ITC apps work. So most apps are filled with banks. I almost ripped out all the banks from Necrophonic, so you can hear what those banks are. It would have taken me a little while because I would have had to open up another program so I could rip it. this one I just took from the Miracle Box. I just took it from an APK file and then just ripped out the banks, one of the banks. So let me play it. So this is what the audio bank sounds like in forward. Now when they're in the app, they're in reverse. Well, let me do this first. Let me see if it's in reverse first. I'll play it that way and then we'll forward it. All right, it's already in reverse. So this is what you would hear when you're doing a session using the Miracle Box. Basically, you'll slide the bar, or you'll just slide it. You'll open up the noise gate, and it'll allow audio in, and then you slide it back to close it. So then you'll get like I don't know, it's probably like a 2-second response. But this is what the responses would sound like.
I and nothing I sympathium.
I don't know if you guys can hear that.
Min sanam sunais dokung magimais negunam I.
Okay, so that's in reverse. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I think I have the app on here. Let me double check. And then I'll show you what it sounds like. I'll show the actual app in action. Let me see. Do I have it? Oh, it's right here. So I'm loading it up. And then I'll give you an example on how this works. All right, cool. So that's the interface. But let me get back to this and then I'll show you how it works. All right, so that was in reverse. Now let me forward the bank. So here, I'll show you guys how I'm doing it. Add a source. So now it's education time. Window capture. WavePad. All right. So this is what I'm looking at. So now if I go to tools. Oh, actually, it's right here. Reverse. Bloop. All right. Now I'll play it. Should be forward now.
Central and aim, yeah. All so yeah. Mark the ratchet shoes
Koskamum desara os vismego.
Yeah, Chad's a long way from the sea long. Central with an aim, yeah. All so.
Let me see if I go reverse. Yeah. So they're just chopped up really bad and they're slowed down. And then they're filled with reverb. So there's a lot of effects on the background. But see, that's what they do is they'll take a bank, they'll slow it down, and then they'll just add a bunch of effects to the banks. And then it makes it really hard to understand. So, but let me demonstrate. I'm going to use the actual app. So let me switch this back over here. Let me turn Let me do something else here. Because I have it. So the reason why I have all these cords is these cords. One of them is a power cord. The other one goes into my audio system, and then it goes out to the internet. So let me do this really quick. Let me which one is this? No, that's not it. Let me see this one. This one. So that one's already running. All right. So now what it has, I know this is bad, but so it has a list of different banks or different. Trying to get it to focus. It's not focusing because of the reflection. Oh, and I don't have it on autofocus. Anyway, so it has a list of banks. It has a child, female, a child male, male, middle-aged female, middle-aged male, mixed gender is what we were listening to, old female, older female 2, older female 3, older male 1, older male 2, older male 3, young female 1, young female 2, young male 1, young male 2. So let me just throw it on random. I'm going to throw it on older female. We'll select that. Yeah, this one is actually, yeah. This thing is slow. Come on. I don't know why it says preparing audio is taking forever. Let me try my other tablet. Go to my other. Oh, wait. It just finished loading. I'm just impatient. Okay. So now we're going to use an older female. So anybody have a question they want to ask? Yeah, you can connect with boxes way better. If you're patient. That's what I'm talking about. Past resurrection. Here, let me. Is there anybody here that wants to speak with Marlo? Oh, I didn't have this thing on. Shame on me. Is there anybody here that wants to speak with Marlo? Get that, Marlo? Ask it again. Repeat the question. All right, one more time. I'm turning it down. It's getting distorted. So let me go to the other bank that I was showing you guys. I'm going to use that one. But see, that's basically how a bank works. I mean, and that's how apps work. Is they'll take reversed audio, and then they'll chop it up. Well, they'll take regular audio, they'll slow it down. I could show you guys how to make a bank. But anyway, you get an audio clip, doesn't matter what it is. When somebody wants to connect with somebody wants to communicate with a celebrity, they'll take an interview clip, they'll slow it down, they'll put in a bunch of reverb, they'll chop it up, and then they'll reverse it, and then this is what it plays. This is what it sounds like. So you could do this with any audio. So that's the one that we just were playing with. The one I showed you the bank for. Now, if I just using the app, if I just slide this bar and leave it open, it'll just play the audio. What app? Audio, the Miracle Box, and the Hope Paranormal app. But yeah, that's basically how they work. So that's that. Well, and that's the thing. So here's something that happened on Saturday. So I was running Friday, I'm sorry. I was running 2 ghost boxes. We're running 2 ghost boxes, and we started hearing sound like Latin and French. A full-on conversation. So, and I have it recorded. I actually cut out the clip. So we're getting a full-on conversation, and I'm like, okay, the radio stopped sweeping. One of the radios stopped sweeping. So I turned off one of the radios. I killed the line in, because on my ghost boxes, I have a line out. So that's a line out. So you can up is a speaker, down is a line output. So I switched it over to the speaker, listening, and the radio was sweeping. So I was like, okay, it's not that one. So I went to this ghost box here, did the same thing. When I killed the speaker and killed the line out and went to speaker, it was sweeping. So I turned the line in back, the conversation continued. And I was like, what the fuck? That's impossible. It was a full-on conversation. So flipped it back and the conversation stopped. Flipped it back, conversation came back. And then it just stopped. It was freaking mind-blowing. Yeah, so that's why I love just using like a raw and past resurrection. What's your name? I'm sorry. I watch your lives when you're at cemeteries, and I never knew your name. Oh, Stan. Good to meet you, Stan. I just hate. I mean, I hate calling people by their by their by their handles or the screen names. So Stan, it's almost like when you're like hearing something and then like you're listening through your through your 12587, right? So you're listening to your 12587 and all of a sudden and you have your noise gate on. Let's say you turn off your noise gate, then all of a sudden you're hearing like a conversation. You're like, wait a minute. Then you turn your noise gate back on, conversation stops. You turn it back off, and then the conversation's going again, but your radio's sweeping. And you're not hearing anything. You hear the radio scanning, but you're hearing nothing but a conversation and no radio coming through. It's like, what the hell? Right? It's like, so, and then all of a sudden the radio stations come back. It's like, your radio's sweeping and they're speaking two different languages at the same time. Like the conversation is two different languages. As we know, as ITC researchers, when you're using a radio, it's not I don't think there's any international stations on FM anymore. AM, yeah, you might find some, but not on FM. So that's why I was just like blown away, like, what the hell? And that's only the second time that's ever happened to me. And for me to catch it on a live, I was so excited because it's like, the first time it happened, I was like, what the hell? And I was still trying to debunk it. Well, and that's the thing. That's why we do this, because and this is why I just don't believe in. I mean, I've seen some weird things happen on apps. Don't get me wrong, but the way that that voices carry through over radio is totally different, and you could totally tell when they are spirit voices, and you could tell when it's radio. So radio has a totally different tonality. When it's a voice, it sounds different. It's hard to explain, but it just sounds different. And when you're playing with stuff like this, you get to know what you're listening for. It takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of practice. And it takes training your ear on what you're listening for. And that's why I love using one of my other ghost boxes, because the only thing that really comes through is a lot of whispers. The way that the scan is set up on that box, the way that I set up the sweep on that box, it's tuned a little bit different. So it's not picking up a lot of radio. It scans through the radio, but it scans through the lower frequencies that you don't hear. So all the static, I allow that static to come through, and there's a lot of whispers. So that's what I'm listening for on that box. I mean, I've ripped apart all of the Miracle Box. I have all the banks, and it's pretty rare when you do get something coming through in reverse, but it's not as good as when you hear something over radio that you can't debunk. That's the thing. That's what we're looking for, things that we can't debunk. And I will go out of my way trying to debunk stuff. I'll record it and try to freaking debunk it like crazy. And that's what I did on Friday. It was driving me insane. Well, I mean that's cool. I mean, if you can get some relevant stuff, then that's cool. Um, I just I've never heard anything come out of those boxes, because it's with reverse. It's too hard. There's too much stuff that we can misinterpret because it's just garbled. It's just gibberish, so it's just hard, and it's too easy to debunk. That's the only thing that, because if you rip the app apart and you listen to all the banks and you listen to how it works, I don't know, you can just kind of debunk it. And that's the thing, trying to get people to, because there's people out there that will just try to debunk everything. And that's what I do try to not do is, I mean, there's a couple of apps that I was just mind blown. You know, when I first started doing my my TikTok channel, I did, I loaded up 5 different apps. I was running 4 at once. I run 2 on a Samsung S9. I run, and then I had 2 other tablets. So I was running 2 on one, and then 1 on another tablet, a different app on another one. I was running all 4 together. The combination of the 4 were GhostTube, Vox, Spirit Talker, and Necrometer. So I was running those 4. Oh, and Necrophonic. I was running all of those, and it was just crazy. And I was getting relevant stuff. So, but yeah, I don't really run boxes anymore. Apps anymore. I will, like in cases like tonight, just to do a demo. But yeah, most of my stuff I just do ghost boxes. That's what I've always run. I've been doing this for 6 years now. So anyway, that's what I wanted to do. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Is people, yeah, it's, I always try to go incognito on anywhere I go. So especially when I'm doing ghost box sessions, I try to go incognito. It's hard to though, especially when like with this one, it'll be easier now. At least I have line out too, and I could capture it. But I mean, this one's probably the easiest to go incognito. SB7s are just too noisy. This one, at least I could turn it down. And there's no static on these boxes that I build. There's no static at all. Anyway, all right. What is an app? I mean, what is a bank? What's up, Carolyn? It's an audio bank that is using apps. Well, other people use them in other things also, but it's this is what a bank is. Here, I'll play it again. Yeah, I don't use any pedals. I don't believe in using pedals because it kills, especially a noise gate, because it kills the lower frequencies that we want to do listen for. That's why I do. That's why I use this. If I'm going to use anything, I'll use this. This will keep all of the lower frequencies. It'll just take out the harshness of the static, but you can tune it just to where you don't lose any tonality from any voices, even whispers. It'll keep the whispers. A noise gate, it's a gate. It's at a certain frequency. Anything at that frequency or below, it kills it. This prevents you losing any frequencies in any audio. So you could tone it to where you won't. I still hear like whispers in the static, but there's no static harshness. So that's, and I will show people how to use that. It's real simple. Everything on this program is free. You can make it sound like whatever you want. If you want it to sound like a freaking portal, it'll sound like a portal. You want it to sound like a geobox, it'll sound just like a geobox. You can download any plugin in any. It's all it is it's called VST host. It's not even a DAW. Well, it is a DAW, but it all it does is loads up VSTs. That's all it does. The only you would have to load it up on a laptop. But I have links to everything you can download. Everything's free. I have so many freaking plugins. Anyway, did I see your message? Yeah, I saw your message, Janice. You said, "What's a bank?" It's called VST Host. You could download it for free. I'll even post it up on my website. I got to post everything up. I had to post all of my VST files that I use, and then I'll do a tutorial on here also. All right. So Janice, real quick. Let me load this back. Oh, I closed it. Did I? Yeah, I did. Let me hide that. Hold on, let me So this is a bank, Janice. This is what's in an app, like a ghost app. This one actually came out of Miracle Box. Let me play it.
I had an estimate I simulation.
And then let me reverse it. So this is what it sounds like when you're playing it through the app. Oh no, it was reversed already. This is forward.
Koska mum desara os vismego.
Headshots a long way from the radio season.
Anyway, that's what they sound like. How are they? So basically, I know where those banks came from. They came out of an interview. They all came out of interviews. So they take the interview file, they'll slow it down, they'll slow it down to a speed. It's usually they'll slow it down about 60. It's about 65%. And then they fill it up with then they'll run it through a bunch of effects. So they'll use reverb, echo, and I think distortion. I think those are the 3 effects. And then they save it, and then they chop it up. And that's it. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Oh yeah, no, that's exactly how Cody does it. You want to know how Cody does it? There's a program. Hold on. Let me look it up. Let me look it up. I think it's a voice changer. There's a pro version. Oh, it's called Voice Mod. So if you get Voice Mod, wait. Yeah, if you get Voice Mod, you can they have a shitload of like different celebrities. So you can create a text file, create an audio file, and then you run it through Voice Mod. Let's say you want Robin Williams. You run it through the Robin Williams voice changer, and you just write it up, and then you save it, chop it up, run it through your portal. There you go. Yeah, you could do it for anything. There's you can actually pay. I know that there's an app for Android and for iOS. A lot of people use an iPad, so they'll run a file using their iPad, and then run it through the voice changer, save the files, chop it up, throw it in through some through some audio software, throw in all the effects, done. Oh, trust me. Years ago, I had it out with a certain person that created the portal. He and I went back and forth, and I exposed him for doing different celebrities. And I was showing how it was done. He freaking attacked me, came after me, wanting to sue me. It was funny. That's how I started building ghost boxes. Yep. And then I bought a one of the first Geo boxes. I bought number 4, ripped that thing apart because I started smelling smoke. Almost caught fire, ripped that thing apart and said, oh my God, I could build this thing and build it better. And that's how I got into building ghost boxes. First, I was building stuff like that. Then I switched over to doing actual ghost boxes. So yeah, that's basically that's my story. That's the background of me. That's cool. No, it's all good. I mean, everybody, and that's the thing. I tell people, do what you got to do. Do what you do. You don't worry about anybody else. Don't worry about what anybody else is saying. Just do you. It's just sad because the better that you get to know how to do this stuff, the better that you can help out if you're helping people find answers, that's what it's all about. That's what I do. And if you can help them find answers, then great. Honestly, they're all the same. They all work the same. The bad thing, to be honest, so like back in the day, Stan, Andy, Andy from Spirit Wave, when he was building his ghost boxes, even Frank Sumption would use like little dollar like radios. The reason why his boxes they don't last that long, and why you don't find very many of them working, is he would get these little tiny dollar transistor radios. He would put a sweep circuit on those, but the sweep circuit would kill the radio board. So that's why it's hard to find a working Frank's box. Everybody then, back when everybody started building boxes, after Frank passed, everybody was getting these little radio kits that you would put together. So you would have to solder. It's literally a little kit. I have, I think, one right here. So it's just comes in a little baggie. There's a bunch of little parts, and then you have to solder everything. Put all the resistors in there. Put the IC chips in there. You have to just stuff the board and solder. And those were little AM. First, it started off in AM only. Then the kits came out with AM FM, and then that was like, ooh, awesome. So, and then you would just have to build a sweep circuit, which that's what this is. Build a sweep circuit, get the frequencies matched up to the radio and the board, and then set up the sweep, and they're good to go. Well, you want to know the funny thing? Now this whole thing is like getting crazy. We're just like doing the background of freaking of equipment and ghost boxes and apps. This is awesome. All right, do you guys want to know how freaking paranormal equipment came into play? I had the whole article that was written years ago, and I searched and searched and searched because I had it archived, and I lost that hard drive. And I went back to do some more searching. I cannot find it. It took me days to find it. Now I can't even find it. I have tried and tried. So the way that things came about, back in the late 80s, early 90s, it was in the mid to late 80s. People wanted a device, a physical device to detect ghosts after Ghostbusters came out. So people started scouring things. So what did they do? They went into electricians' toolboxes. And they started looking at, they're called EMI detectors. So and where EMF came from, I have no idea, because it's called EMI. It's electromagnetic interference. And that's what electricians do when they go in a house. If they're looking for bad wiring, they're looking for EMI, not EMF. So they would look for bad wiring using an EMI detector. And that's basically, oh my God, it's basically like a millimeter. And they're kind of expensive for what they are. Even today, if you find an actual good one that's made for finding bad bad wiring, they're like $150, and they're so basic even today. Now, if you go buy an EMF like a not a K2, K2s are garbage. If you look for at a millimeter, and millimeters are not very well made. The ones that I'm talking about are freaking like bulletproof. You can drop that thing, you can do all kinds of crap. Now, you want to see something funny? This is a voltage meter, and you'll see like the light come on this thing. It actually acts like a freaking millimeter. It has a little light, and it'll shine when it gets to like close to my monitor. It acts like a millimeter. And this is a freaking little $30 voltage meter. I started doing that. I was like, holy crap. I started walking around with this thing, like, and it detects EMI. Yeah, so it's just kind of funny how, people pay money, and that's the thing. Like what I was talking about a couple of last week, is it's a money grab. People will try to sell stuff, and it's just a money grab. That's why I say be careful on what you buy, because somebody's there just trying to they'll put a label on it, and people will want it. It's a money grab. All right. Anyway. Yeah, no, those little pickups, those audio, I used to have a couple of them. You can buy them for like $2. They just have a little suction cup. You put it on an audio. Yeah, you put it on the microphone, and then you just walk around with it and hear it. Oh, you too. Yeah, those little telephone pickups. What do you think that was on the GeoBox? This is a EMF pickup. I'm going to charge you $500 for this thing. Anyway, do I think AI, it could do both? Honestly, it can go either way. AI, I think, can both help and hinder ITC research. Just because there's a lot of people that aren't honest and open. That's why I do everything. I try to show everything I do online. I try to be open and honest as much as I can. I will do screen shares. That's why I always have like things like this open when I'm doing stuff, because I want people to see what I'm doing. Yeah, it's just nuts. Stan, it is nuts. And that's like Stan, like when you do your lives, when you're on your lives and doing stuff, I mean, you kind of explain what you're doing, and that's awesome. Because not very many people do that. There's so many people that will just, start doing a live, and unfortunately they will suck people in and just freaking tell them what they want to hear. And it's sad, because we're trying to get people to educated and show people what we're doing. And it's funny, you'll just see like people that have, several 100,000 followers, and they only have like 200 people watching. I'm like, their numbers are like way off. It's kind of weird. It's almost like people on YouTube that have a couple of million views and their videos only get, a couple of hundred views, or even like 1,000 or 2,000 views. Just doesn't make sense. The numbers don't add up. It just shows how many people like don't really tune into their stuff. Like with us, I mean, our numbers are okay, but our view count, it's a lot better. You see what I'm saying though? Like if you have 800,000 followers, but yet you only have 200 people watching you, that the numbers are pretty bad. Hey, but you know what? It's quality over quantity. That's how I always look at it. No, exactly, Aaron. It's like, wait a minute. So I have, 4,000 followers. Why am I getting, 50 people, 30 people, things like that? Okay, that's, the numbers, the percentages, if you have 800,000 and you only have 200, your numbers are way off. Anyway, but that's the thing, like, but it's fun building boxes. That's the thing. Like I said, I have a shitload to build, but I have fun doing it. It's frustrating at times, trust me, especially if you kill something, because that's money out the window. But it's pretty fun. I gotta open this box up. I need to see what's inside. Anyway, all right. So, what do you guys want to do? I have a bunch of apps still loaded up. I don't know if you guys want to do that. If you want me to switch to Ghostbox, I'll have to rewire real quick. It won't take long. It's up to you guys. I'll just let it go. Aaron, what's up, broback? It's not hard, but you do have to have. I'm not gonna. Don't take this wrong. It's not really hard. It just takes a little bit of some basic knowledge and a lot of research, and people that are willing to kind of give you some tips here and there. I didn't have any of that. I had the opposite. I had people fighting me, not wanting to show me anything. But recently, I want to say recently, I would say maybe a year ago, I ran into another ghost box builder, and him and I have been kind of sharing ideas. All right. Anyway, all right, then if you guys want to do Ghost Box, I got to rewire something. Just bear with me. What did I steal? Oh. Hold on. Yeah, I was talking about him. Aaron, I was talking about him. I was telling how him and I had feuds years ago. I think he still has me blocked. Because I exposed how he does everything. I was just talking about how people communicate with celebrities and how they get the audio file. Let me do this. Where's this thing going? Sorry, I knew. Take a minute. I had to trace out all these cables. Here's the red one. Everything. This is okay. Shit. I don't know. We'll find out. I just had to order another filter. I don't know if this is right. I think it's. Try it. All right. What's up, Ashley? I don't know. I haven't started anything up. I got to rewire everything. Ah, God damn it. That one's me. Where is it? Uh-oh. It's not picking up. USB 3. Why is there 2 USB 4s? No. There it is. All right, let's see. Now let's try it. Why isn't it picking up? That's USB 4. There we go. I got it working. So I'm just having problems with this one. That was weird. Brobeck, you're not tapping nothing. Miss Hopalong. Had to give you shit. Yeah, there's a lot coming through. But I'm running two ghost boxes. What's up, Chrissy? Who's looking for Chris? Who just said me? I think you did hear Lisa. Who just called out my name? There, who relapsed? Who just said do it? Who's me? All right, guys, I think I'm going to have to get off of here. I had some stuff I got to get done. But anyway, it was fun tonight. I'll chat with you guys probably Friday. I might not do tomorrow. I'll come on Friday. But all right, well, it was good seeing you, everybody. Thanks for watching, and I'll chat with you.